Y'all know it won't be right without me not having my mic unmuted. It just wouldn't be right any other way. At least this time I was paying attention to the chat, right? I started looking at the chat. Oh my gosh, how is everyone doing this evening? I am Eve with the baby's booty, and hello you all, I'm Eve, and I forget to unmute my mic. Oh my gosh, y'all, it has been a day. But at any rate, as I was battling along to myself, I wanted to let you guys know that tonight, I had originally decided that I was going to do an embroidery project. But I came across this really cool design that will work with HTV, and I wanted to show it to you all because I thought it was just like really cool. It's a really neat little project. Um, it's free to do as long as you have Cricut, Silhouette, or if you have any other cutting machine to cut out your HTV to do a t-shirt and a heat press of some sort, you can do this project. And I was like, this is going to be super cool. So I'm excited to show it to you all. I came across it today. This, I dare say it was maybe 4 hours ago, if that. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do a change and we'll switch over to doing this project because it was really easy to do. And in addition to that, it's easy enough where we can get into the chat a little bit because next week we won't be going live. So next week is a holiday for a lot of folks on Sunday. So what we're going to do is just skip Sunday, take a Sunday off, get some things squared away in the shop, prepare for our next schedules going into April, and we'll go from there. But next Sunday we won't be on, but this Sunday I figure we'll go ahead and do our FAQ episode. So if you have any questions about sublimation, vinyl, rhinestones, embroidery, just go ahead, drop it in the chat, and we'll definitely get into that. Meanwhile, what we'll do today is just this really low-key project that I think you guys will find to be really, really cool. All right, so thanks for joining us tonight. Um, Before I get into the chat and say hello to everyone, first and foremost, we are a embroidery, as I mentioned, embroidery, vinyl, rhinestone, sublimation group. We get involved in some of anything that's going to earn us a little bit of extra income in our current crafts. And I like to find the super cool things that are out there or the latest and greatest, share them with you guys, see what you think, and weigh in on how you can make that fit in your business model if you're doing this for a business. And if not, then something that you can add to what you already do for some extra fun in your studio. So that's what we are. And then if you would like to join in with us to look at some ideas from other folks, what they're working on, share what you're working on, get any questions answered for the most part. If we have someone in there to answer, just chit chat, have a good time, you can join us. All right. So our hoop group is on Facebook. We also have a hoop group on our website, as you see right here, thebabiesbooty.com. You can join there as well. And we also have memberships here on YouTube. You can join us there as well. Now, getting into our memberships here on YouTube, if you are a member on YouTube, you can get on the list to have a bell sent to you free of charge. All right. So whenever the bells come in, and then we have them in batch, we send them out for those who have requested them. All right. So there's a place on my website that if you become a member here on YouTube, you can request a bell. And when I say member, there's 3 levels of memberships here on our channel. Just click the blue join button down beside the subscribe button, or you can go to Baby's Booty Charlotte /join, and that will also take you to our membership page. And you can become a member here on our channel, and it helps us come up with really cool stuff to do, be able to buy the supplies and all that cool stuff to have some fun making projects here on our channel. All right, so all of that formality out of the way. One of the things that we also do on the channel is we like to celebrate with each other, and we do that by ringing our bell. So here's the little purple bell that I mentioned. You can request your own bell, and you will receive one signed and numbered if you do request one as a member here on the channel. And by requesting your bell, you can ring the bell right along with us as we celebrate babies. Because with folks getting stimulus checks and being stimulated with their stimulus money, I'm more than positive we're gonna have some babies to celebrate here on our channel tonight. And when I say babies, I mean like maybe a new Cricut printer, the new Cricut mug press that we talked about last week. We have heat presses, we have embroidery machines, all kinds of stuff that we celebrate here on this channel because it's a big deal to add to your business or your crafting area. And other folks just kind of don't get the same excitement we do. So we like to be excited with you. All right, so I'm going to go into our chat and say hello to the folks that are here because without you guys joining us every Sunday, I wouldn't have a channel, right? So let's go in and say hi. But first and foremost, I see Miss Simone Warren has decided to become a member of the Hoop Group. So we're definitely going to ring the bell for new members as well. So Simone Warren, thank you so very much for becoming a member of the YouTube Hoop Group. Yes! Congratulations, my dear. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your support of our channel. So welcome and thank you for joining. We have Miss Scooby-Doo in the house. Thank you, Scooby-Doo, for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. We have Inspiration Creations, my dear, Sherry Castro, Nick Nack Nurse, and Simone Warren, who has just joined up, which was totally awesome. So thank you for joining us. So Crafty, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Sherry Castro is from Brooklyn, New York, in the house. Miss Pressure 412, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well, and thank you for being here. It's for Cameron Alvarado and Beverly Smith. Thank you all for trying to let me know my mute was on again. But thank you to the both of you for being YouTube Hoop Group members here on our channel. Harmony Lane, hello, how are you? Welcome. Isabel Morgan Catlett, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see, Stephanie D. Wolf. Hey, my dear, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Marianne, hello, how are you? Pearl Lucas, hello, how are you? 2011, Miss Max, hi, welcome. You finally got your SE 1900. Well, congratulations to you on your new embroidery bag. Yes, thank you very much for letting us know that you got you a new baby. 2011 Miss Max, and it is a combination. You can do sewing and embroidery with your baby, so that's awesome sauce. Dorothy Gaston, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss 143, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate that. Mary Brown, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss Ethel Smith in the house. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Let's see, Sheila Cushionberry. Hey, Sheila Cushionberry. She says, guess who got a new baby? I got a Sawgrass SG1000 and your 15-in-1 heat press is being shipped. Well, congratulations, super duper to you because that's a sublimation printer and worthy of being celebrated. Yes, congratulations. That is what's up. We like new babies when they come in. Those are fun. Please be sure, if you're in the Hoop Group, please take a moment and share some of the projects that you've been working on. We love to see what folks are doing. Gorgeous Rose, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Shirley Dabney, hello. Welcome. Lucy Lou, hello. Leela Nelson, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate that. Hi, even everybody. It's, she says she's celebrating with 3 of her kiddos at Fahrenheit in Charlotte. Wow, y'all. Fahrenheit in Charlotte. Fahrenheit is 9. Leila Nelson is having fun up there on the rooftops in Charlotte, downtown Charlotte, on the top of the buildings, y'all. Fahrenheit is really nice. It's a pretty swanky restaurant here in Charlotte. I haven't been there. I have family that has. I'm not a huge eat out fan. I will. Not a huge fan of it. Especially with coronavirus right now. But at any rate, but their atmosphere I hear is like beyond belief because they have like the fireplaces up there on the rooftop. It's on the rooftop. You can see all the beautiful buildings surrounding you, all lit up and pretty at night. So Fahrenheit is one place I have wanted to go for like the bar type ambiance, not really to sit down and eat. But they're really nice from what I understand. So Miss Lily Nelson, hope you're having an awesome sauce time there. Beautiful soul. Hello, and thank you for being a YouTube group member. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Debbie D. Thank you as well for being a YouTube group member. I appreciate that. Let us see. Pearl Lucas, we said hi to you. Laverne Miller, Carmen Alvarado. Hello to everyone. Let's see. So too we begin embroidery. Hello, how are you? Welcome. No worries. I barely realized the time myself, so you definitely don't need to feel bad. But thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate that. EJ's daughter, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate that. Tiffany Brown, welcome, my dear. Thank you for joining us. Um, let's see. Did my first repositional hoop project with help from your video. Thank you, Janice. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me know that. The repositional hoop is awesome when you can get it to work. You gotta split up your pattern though, but it is awesome to be able to do bigger than your standard embroidery machine size. So that is a huge plus. Embroidery Diva, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Elizabeth, hello, how are you? Rapper. Chris Smith, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Miss Ethel Smith says, I have my mug press and I became a new grandma for the 18th time. She said 18 babies. Well, congratulations to you with your new mug press and your 18th baby. There's a real baby this time. Congratulations. Yes, we like the baby. We like real babies too. Real babies is pretty. Let's see what else do we have going down here. We have Diane McCoy from Jacksonville, Florida. Marianne is here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, both of you. So Crafty, thank you for joining us as well and for being a YouTube group member. So to we begin embroidery. I got your. She says I got my Cricut mug press getting tongue tied. Congratulations on your Cricut mug press. Yes, what's up? Shamira Customs. Hey, honey bun, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Helen, hello from Southern California. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Miss Precious says, I've been looking at the Sawgrass 500 and 1000. I'm in the process of buying my first home. So once we get settled, I can finally look into purchasing one. Yes, ma'am. House comes first. House comes first. Then all the extras. As my grandpa used to say, you get the extra later. So yes, that is awesome. That house is really important, so we'll stick with that plan. Melody Wilcox, I got my Epson 2720 set up for sublimation this week and printed my first canvas. We'll post a picture of my sublimation station in Facebook group. And congratulations to you getting your Epson 2720 finally set up this week. Have we rang the bell for you, Melody? Let me know if we haven't, so we can ring the bell. Diane McCoy says, I purchased Sew It Pro and the metal magnets hoop. How do you get fonts into the Sew It Pro? There's a couple of ways to do that. And I do have a video, a free video here on YouTube to show how to use pre-purchase fonts. So fonts that are already digitized for embroidery. There's a couple of websites you can go to. There's one in the description box below for stitchtopia.com. If you're interested in purchasing her gorgeous embroidery fonts, and the link is down below. And she also has a referral code. You can type in 85E57, I believe is what it is. If you've never purchased from her before, you start a new account, type that in, you get 10% off your first order. Oh, win-win for everybody. And her fonts are amazing. Okay, so definitely check her out for embroidery fonts. But if you want to add embroidery fonts to Sew It Pro, there's two ways you can use fonts in Sew It Pro. One way is to merge in your letters and arrange them however you want. And then once you do that, you just join them together and you have your fonts or your word or what name or whatever you're using. So if you go on to our channel here and you type in fonts or Sew It Pro fonts, or you can click on the playlist for Sew It Pro and the fonts option should be there. Also on my website, I have a video on how to, actually there's 3 videos. I have a master class type of setup, 3 different classes, and by the time you finish with all 3, there shouldn't be very much of anything you can't do with Sew It Pro. And those are on my website, and you can either rent them or you can buy the videos and refer to them anytime you want to. But in that video, it shows you how to actually map the font into the program so you can just type it out on your keyboard. So that's an option as well. Um, let us see. Scrolling down. Hello, Robin Bryant. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Joanna. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Helen. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Diana Henderson. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. Waited on my Tussie 15 by 15 heat press coming on the 24th, girl. We gonna ring the bell for you. Now, next week we won't be here, but the week after we'll definitely get that bell ring for you when that baby gets there. See, Cynthia, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Avery Head says hello. Everyone got my Cricut mug press. Love, love, love it. Congratulations. There's another one of them mug presses, y'all. I told y'all them mug presses is on fire. Yes, congratulations. Y'all gonna have some super cute mugs out here. I am totally excited. I did end up making my Jedi mug. But that's way in there. If I get a moment while that Cricut, what we're going to cut out today is cutting out, and I'll show it to you. But meanwhile, I do have it. So that's what's up. PJ Coppets, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. That's what's up. So we've caught up on our chat, and we are 20 minutes in. So let's go ahead and talk about this new thing I found. All right. So with this particular new design concept, basically is what it is. And as I mentioned, it's, I'm saying t-shirts, but you can put them on bags, you can put them on mugs, even though with the mugs you would have to use adhesive vinyl, not HTV. But in my opinion, with what we're going to talk about today, the bigger the better. It's easier to weed if it's bigger. All right, it's super easy to weed anyway, but the bigger it is, definitely you'll have more space and more room to weed without having to worry about the vinyl breaking, and we'll go into that here in a moment. But what it's called is basically, it's a spiral design, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So let me get you guys switched over. This Sunday is the 28th. The following Sunday is the 4th. Why did they change it to the following Sunday? That's crazy. But at any rate, I'll double check that, and if that's the case, we will do the 4th instead of the, you know what, you're right. It is April. So we'll do the 4th instead of next week. So we'll get into that here in a moment. But I'm going to show you, actually, let me move this out of the way. Or move this over here. And then that way I can show you guys this spiral thing. Well, actually, I can show you because I have a shirt on. I made one before we came on. And see, it's spiral. And I don't know how well that's showing in the camera, but it kind of puts you out of a record, doesn't it? How it's spirally, and this is all vinyl. This is heat transfer vinyl, right? So if you get super up close, all it is a giant spiral. Can you see in the middle? So once you go to weed this, you basically pull one part of it and just keep pulling, and it kind of weeds itself, so to speak. You're just pulling this one vinyl strand. It actually turned out really cool. So we're going into it. Let me pull up the website and show you how this works. Now, if you don't want to do one on your own, I found like this particular design I got off of Etsy. I didn't actually create this one myself, but I'll show you why I'm even saying that. Hang on, let's pull it up first so that you can see what it is we're dealing with. So I'm going to switch over to our website and put it in my favorites, but there we go. Better remember how to get to my favorites. It's been a while. I don't see it, so I'm not typing it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this website here, get you all switched over. So this is a website called Spiral Betty. Now, I'm going to throw in a warning really quick. Hey Sean A, how are you? Welcome. Thank you, She Cushberry. I'm glad you got to see it as well. Willie Roseman, hello. And yes, Chris, it was really cool concept. So this is Spiral Betty. So basically, as you see down this left hand side, you upload an image, it crops it automatically, and then it will turn it into a spiral, and you save it, and that's it. Now, quick warning: when I first saw this earlier today, I guess it was what about four or so hours ago. First time I saw this today, I went to this website with my Google Chrome, and it crashed my laptop. Okay, I don't know why, because it doesn't look to be um, a heavy graphics intensive website. So I really don't know what was going on with that, and this laptop should not have crashed. This is a pretty high end laptop, so I don't know what's going on with that. And I actually ended up being able, because I pulled it up the first time, it crashed my laptop, and that's the first time. This laptop is right at a year old. First time my laptop has ever crashed. Then the second time, it rebooted. I pulled it up again with Google Chrome, and it crashed again. Blue screen death type crash. So I'm just gonna say maybe don't pull it up with Chrome. I didn't notice any scans of any viruses. I checked my memory, all that cool stuff. But anyways, be careful. That's a word to the wise. But Microsoft Edge did work, and it's what you guys are looking at here right now, okay, to see this website. So I wanted to point that out just to cover my bases, because this is not my website, but it did seem to be a pretty cool website. All right, so what you do is you basically take your picture, and as you see, the more contrast that's in the picture, the better. All right, the more contrast, the better. So I'm going to pull in a picture. I'm going to pull in a picture that I found today. I think. Let's see. So I went onto Creative Fabrica actually and looked for a picture of a dog. And in looking for a picture of a dog, all I wanted was the dog's profile, the head of the dog, and ended up getting more. So I need to edit it a little bit because I want it to be as simple as possible. So let's minimize Spiral Betty, and I'll show you, see if I can't walk through the steps of editing this particular photo just to get the profile of the dog, okay? The website name is spiralbetty.com. Spiral, SPIRAL Betty.com. I'll go ahead and drop this in the chat. And if we can get it to work and you guys like it, we'll put it in the description below. Okay. So that's the link there. And I was able, as I mentioned, I was able to print this out and put it on the mug. So hopefully I'll get to show that to you here shortly. And then I made a different one with Vader. Now these are personal use projects that I wanted to do. Let's see. So let's go to the desktop, and it's under German Shepherd. Oh, maybe that was it. Let's open that up and see if that works. Okay. So as awesome as this design is, this isn't, I just need the doggy. And because he's so high contrast, I think that'll really work. This could work, but the way, because it's a circle in the spiral, it would be better for it to not be elongated. Okay, so we're going to do some editing, and we're going to take out the extra stuff. So this is Photoshop, and all I did was came over down this left hand side, and I picked up the eraser tool, and I'm just using the magic eraser tool. And in picking that, you can click on anything, and as long as it's all connected, it will erase it. Okay, so let's take those off. And now all I have is the profile of the German Shepherd. And I thought about putting his name. Let's add his name, because I think that'll be cute. And Star Jedi is a really thick font, so I'm going to, hey, Walk by Faith, how are you? Hello, and Andrea Ross, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube group member. I appreciate it. Let's put his name in, and his name is Maximus. And I'm going to make it bigger. Let's see. It might be too big. We'll see here in a minute. I'm going to grab a move tool, and I'm going to bring it down here, but I'm going to rotate it. Whoops, that is not rotate. Yeah, let's rotate. Alright, so that's the design, and I'm going to crop this page to make it more of a square, and then that's that. So I think this is going to weed really well because it's already high contrast, okay? And that's the thing, the higher the contrast areas, the better off it's going to look. And let's go ahead and we'll save this. Actually, export it. Okay, and boom, just like that. All right, now the reason why I say high contrast, let's show you what this looks like. Let's show you what that spiral baby looks like without something with high contrast, all right? So I'm going to go back into, before we do the dog, I'm going to go back into my downloads just to show you why, you know, the contrast is better. And I'm going to scroll down to McQuackins. And we're going to put McQuackins in there. I'm going to use this one. All right, and you can drag and drop your image onto the web page. All right, and so I moved him down. You can, once your image is in there, you can zoom in. All right, you can, you know, arrange it all around however you need to do. But once you get your image where you need it to be, you just click the check mark right beside the zoom, and it automatically does the spiral for you. All right, and then once you're done with that, you can click download. Now, you can make the rings bigger, make them smaller and more detailed. So the smaller your rings, the higher the contrast. But I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. The smaller the rings, you're having to weed this. Even though now that I think about it, the smaller the rings, it gives you bigger vinyl to pull away. So that could work in your favor. But we'll try a couple of different things to see how it turns out. But this is McQuackins, and you see how the contrast between his face and his build. This can work, but it's just so light. And then, of course, you can change the colors, you know, to play around with it and see how it'll turn out. But since we're doing this with vinyl, I'm just going to leave it that color. And then you can download it. So if you wanted to sublimate this, then yes, change your colors and you change your color options or whatever you want to do. But in this instance, what we're going to do is just do black and white. Okay, so Sir McQuackins, in my opinion, didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to remove this image and we're going to work with the dog because the dog is such a high contrast. I think that will work better. All right, so let's go back to my desktop and to the dog, and I'm going to drag the one I created into the circle. All right, and there's my Maximus. All right, so him's awesome. I can zoom in if I wanted to, zoom out, and I probably should have made his square bigger so that I can make sure I get all the tips of his ears and whatnot, but it is what it is. We have him, and there his shirt is already going to be. So I'm going to hit the check mark, and boom, check that out. Check it out. Now the contrast is kind of high on this, so let's bring it down. I probably should have seen what it looked like at a lower, or either it automatically does the contrast. I'm not sure. But this gives us bigger rings. It does look a little bit better with the higher contrast. So here's Maximus. Alright, and again, you can change the color. So if we wanted the red vinyl, that's what it would look like. If we had a blue shirt, for instance, with red vinyl, this is what that would look like. A gray shirt with black vinyl, this is what it would look like. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you're working with, whichever route you want to take. But I have a gray shirt, so we're just going to, where's the gray shirt with the black vinyl? So this is pretty much what mine is going to look like, right? So I'm going to download this. It's always free for personal, so you can't sell this, but you can get commercial options. Let's see what the commercial options are, because I don't know. You get a 1-year crafter's license, so if you wanted to sell these, or if you wanted royalty free, it's $3 a download, okay, which is not bad, y'all. So if you wanted to, for instance, make shirts off of this, custom shirts with family members, or for folks, memory, something, anything, you know what I'm saying? And a person is like, okay, well, I want my image on there. Now, I'm not talking about commercial images, right? I'm not talking about stuff that is licensed and stuff like you can't put Darth Vader and expect to be able to get that royalty free, because it's not royalty free. So the royalty free $3 per download is for your own images or the customer's own images that are royalty free or that they own, and then you create the design for them, and $3, and you could sell this shirt $25 all day long. You really can, especially if it's custom for them. Y'all know how this custom business is. Custom is king. So for it to have maybe their baby's face, or their dog's face. See, I picked this because Maximus is a shepherd. He's a mixed breed, but he looks more like a shepherd. So this is an awesome image for him, even though his one ear comes down. His one ear comes down. So I really need to find a picture of him, but it's all right, close enough. But this is not a bad deal. This is not a bad deal. Oh, this is for mass production. Sorry, the $3 per download is mass production. But check this out. So if you pick one design, and it's a fire design, I'm saying fire like it's really hot, folks like it, and you make money, then you can do $3 per download of one thing and do mass production of that one download. So if folks wanted Maximus, and I got 100,000 people that want this image of Maximus, then it will be $3 to download him, and I can do what I want to with it. All right. Whereas the other, a crafter's license, is $25 for the year, and then you can create the individual designs for people. Because as you see, create unique products for individual customers. Still not a bad deal. One shirt would pay for the whole year, and then the rest is all profit. Aside from vinyl and shirts, of course. But as far as this website is concerned, it's not a bad deal. It really isn't, you guys. But if you're doing it strictly personal, it's free. You don't even have to worry about it. So you can also give a donation if you would like, if you're doing this for free, and go from there. But once you hit download, the image is here, and there's Maximus. Okay? There's Maximus. So what we're going to do is go ahead and put this design on a shirt. Alright, so what I'm going to do, as I mentioned earlier, is use some black vinyl, and we'll put it on a shirt. So I'm going to go with my Cricut, and get this thing cut out with Cricut. So let's open up Design Space. Hopefully it's going to act right today. I haven't had very many issues out of it, but other folks have lately. And fortunately, I went through the update already today, so I've already done that. So let's go to a new project and let's upload. Here's the heart shaped hand that's on my shirt. I did that earlier. So now let's go find Maximus. He should be on our desktop. Let's see. Hopefully he's not in downloads. He might be in our downloads because that was the edge. So let's check downloads. Yep, there him is. And we'll open this up. And it's a simple design, high contrast. So I'm going to select that. Actually, I probably shouldn't have, but now I'm hit continue. And I can go through and erase all this white. Not that it will really make that much of a difference with Cricut, but you can, mainly because it's a PNG image. But you technically should not have to go through this because it's white and black. Alright, so actually, you know what, let's hit cancel. I'm not going to go through that. Let's upload. That's drama, in my opinion. Especially because it's only 2 colors. We'll bring you back in, buddy. Simple and continue. And I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to hit continue. And why? Why are you touching me right now? Oh, the other one was an SVG already. That's what the difference is. Alright, so let's go back. We are going to have to erase this darn white. And I'm going to start inside out, and hopefully this will not cause me any issues. You see, what this should do is cut clean. Whoops, see that messed up. I think these little, the high contrast lines are super small. Now the ones that I bought off of, or this one on my shirt now that I bought off of Etsy, I didn't have to do this because it was already created into an SVG. And I didn't have to think hard. All I had to do was cut it out. So this part is a bit annoying, in my opinion, but y'all know how I am. So hopefully this will cut out properly. Probably could have went ahead and cut out the what I've already done, but that's my shirt. So you got the Cricut Maker this week. Iris says that's what's up. That Cricut is awesome. So I am glad you got it. Let's ring the bell for Miss Iris and her new Cricut Maker that she got this week, making totally awesome sauce stuff. Congratulations on your Cricut Maker! Yes! Congratulations, ma'am. That's what's up. We are doing fine. So you pay $3 per download and you can do what you want with it, Tiger Lily. Okay, so the $3 per download, Tiger Lily, was for if you wanted one image like this dog and it's mass produced. Okay, mass produced meaning what I would do is check their verbiage on what mass produced is. Some people consider over 100 is mass produced. Some people may think 25 is mass produced. So you would have to check their fine print to see what their verbiage and attorneys declare mass produced is. But that's one image that you can use, put it in a t-shirt shop, and have it. You know what? I'm not gonna play with Cricut like this. This is crazy. We're gonna do this. Hold on. Y'all, look, I'm gonna tell y'all I have no patience sometimes. I'm like, make work smarter, not harder. And sitting there doing all that clicking is not going to work for me. So let's go back into Photoshop, because with Photoshop I should be able to just click the color and get rid of just that color. Should get rid of it. Alright, so here he is. Let us go back to the eraser, and I'm going to grab the background eraser. I think is this the right one? No, let's do magic eraser. There we go. Even still, it didn't take out, there's a way to take out just one color. working because it's erasing my duplicate. Hey Monica, how are you? No, we didn't really miss too terribly much. We're working with a spiral design. I can't remember how to erase just one color. It's been a while since I've had to do that. But at least this one is going all the way around the darn spiral, whereas the Cricut was not. And these black vinyl lines are going to be super thin. No, it didn't. So as you see, this can be quite tedious. So even with Cricut, I'm gonna go through this. Like I could have just stuck with the other one instead of making my own thing. But this shows you what you gotta go through. Right? So if you do decide to make a spiral design, whoops, and this is what you'll be doing. That's starting to work a little better. You could modify designs with the Cricut. Um, it depends. What do you mean modify? Because it depends on how you're trying to modify the design. Like as you saw, I'm able to erase certain parts before importing it in. So I was able to erase the white out of this design. Galena got the new Epson 2720. Congratulations, Galena, on your Epson 2720. Yeah, congratulations, my dear, on your new printer that you have and will most likely be using for super sublimation. The thing keeps. Oh, you know what? Let me zoom in. See, this is what's not helping. Look at that. This needs to be turned into a bust-a-face design. So, whoops. I hope I didn't move it off. I just touched the wrong thing. Hold on, y'all. Boom. Let's do this. Because this is going to take all day if I keep this up. So, we'll show you the other one, and once I get Maximus cut out, I'll have to show you that later. We'll come back and play with that. Because I'm going to show you what it looks like already done. Already done. Show you this one that I've already done. Because I need you to see how to weed it. I think that's, for me, out of everything, is like the coolest. Okay. That's the coolest. Okay, so for a upgraded the Cricut Air 2 because it was on sale, maybe the maker next year. Congratulations on your Cricut Air 2. Willie Rosie, congratulations. Yes, Cricut Air 2. We're going to be working with the Cricut 1 tonight only because it's already out. But the Cricut Air 2 is Awesome Sauce 2. Iris Diaz says she got the Cricut Maker on HSC and it got the bundle. That's what's up. Tiger Lily says got a new SB 7900E and upgraded from the SE 400. Nice new embroidery machine. Congratulations. Tiger Lily, congratulations. Yes. It's definitely my kind of weeding. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it is. When you do a shirt, any design for the most part on a shirt would be, um, especially for a woman, about 9.5 inches. This one I did at 10. So I'm going to actually jump this up to 9.5. Oops. 9.3, 9.5. All right, and make it a little bit bigger. No, it can be done in other programs other than the Design Space. It's the only reason I'm using Cricut Design Space is because I don't feel like pulling out the silhouette and doing this in Silhouette. And when I already have my Cricut out, the Cricut is sitting right here. And then Brother Scan and Cut, you can do it with any cutter. It doesn't matter what it is. This can be done, especially if it's an SVG file already. And that's what this is. It's already an SVG. So now that we have this design, actually I'm going to do 9 3/4 because smidge bigger. So now that we have our design, I'm going to go to make it because it's one design. The way that website has it set up is just one design. And actually, now that I'm reflecting on it a little bit better, I shouldn't have used Photoshop. I should have used Illustrator. That would have been a better program to use. So as we see, here is our design. And I need vinyl that is right at 10 inches by 10 inches a square. So once you do that, then this I don't have to mirror unless I had a name or something on it. Because it's symmetrical, I don't have to mirror this. But if you're doing t-shirt vinyl, generally we mirror everything with t-shirt vinyl. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue. And it is plugged up, but it's not turned on, so that will make a difference with it. And then we're going to work on and make sure this camera is hooked up so we can switch over to the, yes. And okay. Hopefully there won't be too much feedback on this. Now we gotta load our vinyl. So I'm gonna go cut the vinyl. Here's our Cricut. So it's already ready for me. But I need to get this vinyl cut. And keep in mind, t-shirt vinyl is Alcatraz coming from Itty Bitty Dragon. And I don't have the camera over here today, so here's our mat. Probably not in the best of conditions. And then here is our black vinyl. Make sure it's smoothed down. We mirrored it and it's on iron on, and then we'll hit go. Now, the way this vinyl cuts out is just one big spiral. So being that it's one big spiral, let me show you something that's kind of interesting. Look at how it's saying 0%. it's cutting out, but it's saying 0%. And it's going to say 0% until it gets to the end, because it's measuring the percentage of the job that's done based off of each piece that it cuts, which is crazy in a way, but it's one thing that's being cut out. So because it's one great big spiral, it's not going to show a percentage count down, count up, whatever you want to call it. So that's what it's doing now. It's cutting out a great big spiral, and we'll let that cut. Hello, Janet McKinney. How are you? Welcome. So while that's cutting out, what I want to also recommend is whenever you are doing vinyl, heat press vinyl on a shirt, you want to make sure to get the moisture out of the shirt first before you apply the vinyl. So whatever shirt it is that you're going to put that on, you want to press it for 15 seconds first. So nothing on it, just lay the shirt on the heat press and pull it down and press that shirt for 15 seconds at 350 degrees or whatever your vinyl is set for. And once you do that, that'll help get the moisture out of that shirt, and it will allow the vinyl to adhere without any moisture behind it, and it'll be a more permanent application. Because what a lot of people find out is if they don't pre-press, that vinyl will lift after some time, because the vinyl had moisture up under it, and so that doesn't allow it to be a permanent type of application. Marianne, mine downloaded as a JPG as well, and that's why I was saying the one that I have just now, not Maximus, but the one of the hands and the heart, that design I purchased off of Etsy as an SVG. So someone on Etsy is selling these designs. They're coming up with what they are selling. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's pull up a website. Let me get you. Okay. So this person here, this is where I bought mine from. It's called Frog Beat Designs. This person has spiral art and illusion. So here's the hands. There's a kid with a balloon, Las Vegas, Statue of Liberty. This is Disney, but I don't suggest you do Disney. I don't suggest you do the Beatles. I definitely don't suggest you do Leo DiCaprio. But London you can do. But you see, this person already took these designs, probably using the exact same process, but they used a digital editing program to turn it into an SVG. Or you can go onto Cricut and use Cricut and just delete the white out of the design. Yes, I know the camera's on the, oh, sorry, the camera was on the Cricut, wasn't it? I apologize, thank you. Let me go back to this website. Okay. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. So here is the website. Etsy, sorry, and Frog Beat Designs is the name of the design. Hey, Davita, how are you? Welcome. So this person, as I mentioned, must have Illustrator or something like that, where they were able to bring this in and easily take the background out of the image and turn it into an SVG. Because as you saw, what I downloaded from that website was a PNG as well. But you need a graphic. There's two things you can do. You can use a graphic intensive program like Illustrator or Corel Draw that will let you remove the white from the image and just leave the black. Okay, and sharpen it so that it turns into a SVG that cuts really well. Because otherwise, looking at this image, let's see how I can show you that. Because it didn't download as a high quality image. Let's see. It'll show it in here, I'm not sure. Okay, so see how when I zoom in, it's all fuzzy here? This is all fuzzy. So this isn't going to translate well cutting it in Cricut because that means it needs to be a vector or something like that so it makes those lines crisp and clean so that it'll cut out properly. So 9 times out of 10, if you buy a $25 a year or the $3 per design, you might get a higher quality image. I'm not sure. But you can use Illustrator, for instance, to have this turned into a more higher quality SVG design. Hey, Ms. Beckham, how are you? Welcome. Hey, Simone Langley, welcome. Thank you to both of you for being YouTube members. So this is the spiral design, and while it's cutting out, let me get you, so as you see, it's getting closer and closer to the center, and what's going to happen is once it gets to the center, it's going to switch to the other side of that spiral and then spiral its way out. Okay. So while that's spiraling, let me get you over to, so that folks can see that was in Microsoft Edge. Pull that up because I don't want to pull that up in Chrome again and cause a problem for myself. So Spiral Betty. Spiral Betty is the name of the website again. If you click the website, you bring in a picture, just drag a picture onto the circle and it will turn it into an SVG for you. Let's see if we can find another picture. Let's see what furry looks like. Only because the border loves furry. JPG, GIF, PNG, or web pieces. What is that? Oh, it's Photoshop, that's right. And here's the PNG. And of course, like I said, that zooms in and zooms out. That's not going to be a good image because it's cut off, but let's hit the plus. Yeah, and see how it, you can see it, especially for you guys that are looking at it on the camera. But of course, the more you do the contrast, the more detailed the image becomes. But that wasn't a good picture, so let's find us a different one. That's cool. That's a very good picture. And then more contrast, and you can see it a little bit better. So it's pretty neat how you can take an image and turn it into a spiral and cut it out, and it weaves out in one long strip. It's actually really cool. Another. Yes, that was a younger me, girl. Younger me too. It was back before babies and all kinds of things, and having to grow up. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's go on to, let's close this out right now because I don't like having too many things going on at one time. Let's head to Creative Fabrics. See what else we got on there. Now she has usually high quality, they have usually high quality graphics in here. Yes, it can be done with pictures. trying to find them. See, like these doggies could have worked as well. Trees looking cute too. That'll be pretty. That would work too, but skeleton. I'm trying to find one that would contrast. 3 months. Just so I understand, as I'm considering purchasing a Cricut, 1, spiral wedding, yes. Number 2, upload a picture and save, yes. Number 3, go to Cricut, yes. 4, upload picture, print on the mat, weed, and press insert. No. So what we'll do is what it is, and I'm going to try to find one that's a little more clear cut. Let's try this rabbit. I'm going to put, hold on. I'm trying to find a nice design. Oh shoot, y'all look. See how now it's swung all the way back out to the outside. It's reversed and going all the way around the other way. So it's about to be done. You're welcome, AJ's daughter. No worries. I'm just trying to find a really good high contrast image. Okay, Marion. So with silhouette, it was able to contrast it for you. Let's go through those steps. As you see, as it was swinging all the way around to the outside of the mat, once it gets all the way, because it's almost done, this is going to turn to 100%. Right now, it's still showing 0. Remember, because as I mentioned, it's cutting one continuous cut. So that's why it's not counting everything like it normally does by percentage. See, just that quick. It's done and it went to 100%. Okay. So I'm going to eject this off of the Cricut, and not sure how well you can see the spirals that are cut in it. Not sure if you can see that or not. It is very hard to see. I'm going to leave it on the mat just to make it easier, but I'm just going to pull away from this outer ring. Oh, it cut off on the side, y'all. I missed that part up, but you'll be able to see it the rest of the part. And as you see, it already started, and because I didn't get it all the way to the edge, I'm gonna have to get that going myself. But once it's going past that part, I'm just pulling. And all I'm doing is just wrapping it around my hand to give myself leverage as I pull this. And as it goes around, it's going to reveal more and more of the design. Now, this isn't Maximus because I needed to get rid of that white background on Maximus, but this one is off of Etsy. It's already an SVG. And so far, that's the only person I saw that was doing these and selling them. So could very well be a market for someone else. Okay, so every so often you'll get to a place where it'll break, but usually it'll leave a little tail. As you see right there, so I just take that off of my hand, grab the next one, and just keep pulling. And like I said, if you do break it clean, you know, just get out your reading glasses like I had to do, and you know, just pull out where you see the next row comes. Yeah, I thought this was really cool as well when I saw it earlier today, and I was like, this is a really neat project. And you don't have to weed a whole bunch of little spaces because it's basically weeding itself. So like right in there, there's, it stopped and I don't have a tail, but because I weed enough, I know I can just grab this edge right here and start it up again. Comes out reminding me of a record, doesn't it? now we're done. How cool is that? So now the only thing we need to do is press it on the shirt, even though with mine it was cut off on the edge, but nobody will probably notice that. And from a distance, because it's, you know, kind of like abstract, you can see clearly what it is, but when you come up closer, that's when you see your spirals and such. Oh, tell the kid to take off that color. Yep, that could work. Especially if you, well, I don't know, because it also, does it matter what color you use? No, Simone. And I'm going to tell you why. Oh, Nora, you have a new baby. Sorry, I did not see that. The PQ15 OSL. Congratulations. Gosh. Cool beans. Let's see. So I'm gonna show you why. Let's go back to Edge and show you why the color doesn't matter. I did download. Real quick. Okay, so I already did it. Okay, so this angry unicorn. Let's bring it down. I want to zoom in a tad. Alright, so there's our angry unicorn, and I can increase the contrast some to give it a little more definition. Of course, you can bring it all the way up and it brings in more contrast, but you definitely want it to be easy to read. Okay, so here's the unicorn. And what we're going to do is show you why. Let's see, who was that? Simone. So the reason why I'm saying the color you use doesn't matter is because notice how they have the colors over here on the side that you can change it to whatever. Actually, let's go over this for a minute because it does matter what color you use. Let me show you why. Especially when you're dealing with abstract art, the abstract design really needs to be darker than the background for it to pop like it's supposed to. Otherwise, your abstract will kind of wash away. If it was black with white on it, it wouldn't pop as hard as it would if it was the opposite. Okay, so just to show you why, because if you look at all of these, notice the actual image itself is pretty much darker than the background. So it doesn't matter what color shirt you put it on. So like what's on the screen now is a teal colored shirt with black vinyl. Alright, so come here. This is an orange shirt with hot pink vinyl. So it doesn't matter what color you use. Here's a yellow shirt with blue vinyl or purple vinyl. So this shows you what your shirt will look like if you use certain color combinations. But again, your better results will come when the image itself is darker than the background. Okay. So here's a tan colored shirt with black. Here's a, it very well could be a light pink shirt with red with this color combination. but it's entirely up to you. Okay. So here is a unicorn that I got off of Creative Fabrica. Let's go see it. There we go. So here's Creative Fabrica and this rainbow unicorn vibes. This is the illustration I downloaded, and as I've mentioned to you guys before, I have links to Creative Fabrica in the description below, because once you purchase that subscription, everything on here, all you have to do is click that download button, and notice here, commercial usage allowed for this image. Alright, now if you're wanting to take this image and put it on to Spiral Betty and make 300 shirts with this on it, you can use the unicorn because you got it off of Creative Fabrica under the subscription, and you have the commercial license right to use this image. Okay, but on Spiral Betty, if you want to download this to use on shirts, this is personal, it's free. If you want to sell this image to 300 different people, this one image, then you need to download this image for $3, and you can use it for mass production. One image. Okay? If it needs to be in different sizes, then you're going to have to, or different colors, or what, I don't know how. Just Spiral Betty will allow you the one download for $3. But if you want to make just this unicorn for one of your customers and sell it, and you plan to do different images like this with Spiral, then you would need to do the 1-year crafter's license. Does that make sense? Okay, so this one is personal. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to download. And it's downloading right here. It downloads as a JPG. So we're going to open it up, and here it is. Now again, in my opinion, if you're familiar with Illustrator or Corel, that would be the best way to handle doing this file. But you can bring it into Cricut. So let's tell this to finish. I'm going to tell it to do a new design, upload, and I'll show you, as I was showing you before, it can be done in Cricut. So we want simple, high contrast, and you want to remove the white. See, it's doing a lot better now. See, notice the way this one is cut, it is taking out the white a lot better than the Maximus was. So you just want to click on the white areas, because we want this to cut out just the black only. Through Cricut. Alright. Now that I've done, I'm going back over this. I don't see any more white. So I'm going to come down and make sure I don't see any more white down here. And I don't. Okay. So now I'm going to hit continue. And I need it to be a cut image. Not print and cut, but a cut image. Okay. Now we're going to hit upload. And now that we've uploaded it, I'm going to select it and insert the image on my canvas. And now that it's on my canvas, it came in at 20 inches, which is entirely too big. So I'm going to come up here to size at the top middle of the screen. And I'm going to drop this down again to 9 3/4. And now I have an image that's ready to be cut out on a shirt and weed it and put it on a shirt, just like I did this one. So we hit make it, and we want to mirror it because, as you see, it's not a design that can go either way without any issues. If we want it to face the exact same way it did on the image, then we need to mirror it. And then we want to continue. Okay. So now we can cut this one out. So let's swap you over to the Cricut. That's one angry, one a unicorn. I like it with more swirly lines personally. Right, and that's the cool thing. You can, ooh, baby dinosaur would be super cute. But you can adjust it however you want, as you saw on the Spiral Baby website. You just have to set that slider to however contrast you want. Okay. So again, we're gonna do 10 by 10, and this time I'm gonna do a little bit bigger. I'm gonna do 10 and a quarter, so that my design will not get cut off again. And on my cutting table, using my grid on the mat, cutting mat. Okay. So let's grab this one. And like I said, if you're looking for good quality t-shirt vinyl, check out Itty Bitty Dragon. They're awesome sauce, and they have vinyl that is easy to weave. Okay, and there we go. Yes, Brother Scan and Cut, you should be able to do it. Any one of the cutting machines. Now the thing is, with the Scan and Cut, until you're able to know whether or not the Brother Canvas workspace will let you wipe out the white background. I'm not sure that it will. It's been a while since I've dealt with Canvas workspace, so I would have to try it myself and see if it works. Let's see if we can't find it. See if we can't find this dinosaur. So I'm in Creative Fabrica, and we're going to look at graphics. See if we can't find a baby dinosaur that has a lot of good contrast. That would be cute. The Brontosaurus would be super cute, I think. Thing is, it has all this other would have to be deleted. I'm going to go over a few more pages, and if not, then I'll check that baby dinosaur we just looked at. Oh, he's cute. I'm going to do Aurora. I love it. Yeah, that's cute. Hey Shane Krause, how are you? They are cute dinos, aren't they? Let's see what other dinos they have. You know that one, even if we don't use that one, I'm gonna get that for my grandson. Oh, those are cute. That one is the one my grandson was talking about tonight. The world hear you roar. Roar means I love you, the dinosaur. Alright, let me use the Aurorable. And let's go back to Spiral Bay. And let's go to the Aurorable, which is on desktop. We're going to go PNG. And drag it onto the screen. Uh-oh. It's too big. So we're going to... Oh, look. The letters came through really cute. But I'm going to edit this image and make it a little bit bigger. Because it's such a high quality image. Really big. There we go. I just noticed a little heart right there. It's super cute. So that's how you would. Hey Justin, how are you? That's how you would take a image off of Creative Fabrica and bring it in, and then you can turn it into this spirally design. So it seems like the less contrast and the less rings, the more likely we can do one or two clicks to get rid of that clear space. So let's check and see. Download that. How far along are we on Cricut? Now this one, because it had more contrast or something, apparently this ring might not go all the way around solid. We'll have to see. Your image is black. If I just select cut, what did I miss in Cricut? Simone, the step where you use the high contrast setting and then click on the white areas of the design to delete the white areas. You have to delete the white areas in the background, otherwise it won't um, cut it out for you. It won't turn it into a cuttable file. Oh yeah, Inkscape, Marion. Inkscape works as well as Marion said. So we'll see if this one comes off as one continuous spiral like the hands did. Which one is this one? This is the unicorn, right? Yeah, this is the unicorn. As soon as it's done, we'll walk through the Cricut steps again to show you step by step how that works as far as going from JPG from off of her website, Spiral Bay, to your Cricut image. Actually, I'm going to do too much. Let's see if Illustrator will help us out. Hopefully I won't crash anything. Open up. Oh no, it's in downloads. Okay, this is Illustrator. And I don't use it a lot, so I have to. That's what I need. Okay. Now, I really need to use this more often, y'all. This is crazy. Wow. Oh, Jeanette. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeanette, for the super chat. That was super awesome. Thank you. You must have seen me sitting here smoking my brain trying to. She was like, this whole baby suffering. Let's distract her. It's been a while since I've used Illustrator. Donna Cooper, yes, it's going on 11 o'clock. It is. It is. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. Good night, Donna Cooper. Is this done yet? Y'all, it's finally done. Okay, so that'll allow us to try the Aurora bow. I'm gonna close this out. Hey, Tamika, how are you? So let's take this out. And as I showed you before, I'm gonna leave it on the mat. And this one look like it should be just as easier as the other one. Let's hope so. Okay, that's where it starts. So. And then we'll show a comparison of the thickness. Oh wow. Where's the other one? It's right here. Oh wow, that's a big difference. Okay, so hang on, y'all. Sorry, I gotta fix my ear piece so that I can hear properly. So the rings on this, see where that starts right there? You see how thick that line is? Look at this one. Yeah, how super thin that one is. So keep that in mind. But it looks like what you weed away is going to be bigger. So we'll see. Come on, bro. What does that remind me of? Oh, what does that remind y'all of? I wonder if it remind y'all of the same thing that it does me. A child of the 80s. So the thinner, to find the right balance with this so that you don't have to stop. And it can just keep going as one big spiral. So I can't remember what contrast settings we use as far as bigger rings or more detail. I can't remember. Yeah, bigger rings I think was better. And this one looks like Cricut even merged some of the rings. This one. See how it, that should have been a continuous ring to go through there, but Cricut didn't do it that way. So I think whatever, like Inkscape or Y'all know how I am with the mute. So muting keeps you from hearing negative words. But at any rate, so let's put this behind a mat so that you can see it on white. And I was saying that these thin lines are a pain. It doesn't allow Cricut to cut it efficiently, or it didn't allow it to cut efficiently. I don't think it was Cricut's fault, because see, look at how thin that is, which I wasn't able to show you this earlier because it wasn't on the camera, but let me move this out of the way. Okay, so look at the difference in the quality between the two, right? Look at how much thicker this is. And this one pulled off in one continuous, basically, strip. Except for where it got a little thin and it popped on me. Okay? But this one, it was not peeling as one continuous piece at all, which was beyond annoying. But that little thin strip that's left behind, it still turned out cute. It really did, but it's just not sufficient. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest, which I can't remember what settings we had it on in Design Betty, but you definitely want these lines to be thicker so that it'll give you less of a headache when it goes to time to weed it. I mean, it's still weeded okay, but it could have been better. And then because these were so thin, it merged certain parts of it in Cricut Design Space. So what I'm going to do is play with this some more and see how well it turns out cleaning it up in Illustrator or something like that. Okay. As you saw, I was trying to do with Illustrator. But Chris said I said a few for her. Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the thing, because when it's coming off in pieces, that defeats the purpose of it being a really, I mean, it's still a cool design, don't get it twisted, but your whole point is to be able to pull it off in one, for the most part, fluid motion, and that was part of the fun and the appeal of it. But notwithstanding, this still is a super cute design, you know, from a distance. If you're looking at it and somebody walks up with a t-shirt with something like this on it, that's actually a super cute type of concept in creating a unique design. And this particular Spiral Betty says it's been around since 2000. I think it's at 18. So this isn't new. But I haven't seen anybody do this on a t-shirt yet, except for what I saw today. And then on Etsy, one person selling spiral designs. So there's a market on Etsy for them. If you can be creative enough and create the SVGs, then this could be, you know, for someone who wants to do some designs and put them on Etsy, because this is a commercial usage design that we got off of Creative Fabrica, because we have a license with Creative Fabrica, right? So this can go on a shirt. Not sure that I'm gonna put the angry unicorn on the shirt or not. Either way, whichever design I do put on the shirt, I won't do the hands, because as I showed y'all, my shirt is already the hands. But if we do decide to do put one of these designs on a shirt, then I'll post the picture of it in the group so that you guys can see how it turned out. But again, here is the angry unicorn, and you can see the spirals and how this is so much. Yeah, Sheila Cushionberry. The unicorn said everything for me. I didn't even have to say anything, because I mean, that's pretty much what my face was looking like, and y'all couldn't even see it on the camera, because pulling off pieces, y'all know that ain't my thing. That ain't my thing. Whereas with this one, the thickness, the difference in the thickness between the two, you know, it's just in weeding it, it was much better. All right. So what I'm going to do for the time being, for those of you who don't have, or you can try with Cricut, but if you don't feel like going through all of that, like as I showed you on Etsy, this person had quite a few designs that probably could work really well for you. Aside from that, then you can use Illustrator, you can use Inkscape, you can use Corel Draw to help you edit, to clean up the designs and make it into an SVG so that you can switch it over to Cricut. Because otherwise, you'll be bringing over an image, a JPEG, and it's not going to be vectorized right away. Cricut kind of does an auto vectoring of your image when you select high contrast and then delete the white space. Right, and that's what we did with the unicorn. But like I said, I also did the dynamite one. It wasn't dynamite. What was it again? We also did the where is it? Aurorable. I also did the aurorable. So what I'm going to do is cut out the aurorable one and see if, actually I'm going to check it first and see if the lines are thin like this one. If it's thin like this one, then I'm going to go back to the drawing board, make these lines a bit thicker, and then cut it again and see which one turns out the best and give you guys a heads up on that. If I don't get to that tonight because it was a long, late night for me last night, then I'll try and have that up by the end of the week. But I definitely want to put that up right away because it was a really cool project and I thought you guys would like it because it's something new and something different, and you know we're all about finding the latest and greatest to get something fun to do out there. All right, so thank y'all. You said I like to weave, but I think that would drive me nuts. It would if it kept breaking. But if you go and try the one with the hands, the handshake part, and like I said, if you have Cricut, put it at 9 and 3/4. Okay, put it at 9 and 3/4, and you saw how I weed it. It just pulled off. I mean, just like a big strand of spaghetti noodle, and it only broke a couple of times, only because it got really thin in one little section. But as long as you got your reading glasses and you got a weeding tool, something super sharp, like if you don't have a weeding tool, get you a seam ripper and kind of pick that out, or a safety pin, head of a pin, or something along those lines to help get in there and pull that excess out of there so that you can start that strip again. Once you get the strip going, you're good for the most part. So um, you're welcome. You're welcome. Maximus shirt, I do definitely intend to do that one because him's a cutie pie, and that was going to be a really cute shirt for my daughter. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and clean that up and try and get that on and put it on a shirt. And so you know what? I'll try dynamite for my grandson, and then Maximus, and show y'all how both of them turn out. Might even see if I can't dig up a picture of the dog himself and see if we can't get that contrast to work really well, and see if I get a cool picture of him. That would be cool, cute too. Difference between the red line mini and the 15. The difference is 3 less needles, a smaller machine. But for the most part, they pretty much should run and operate just about the same. But they're both industrial machines. She made those Twilight Zone pics on the t-shirt transfer. Oh, it does look kind of like Twilight Zone, the spiral thing. I didn't think of that. All right, you guys. So this was awesome sauce. Thanks for watching me stress out over weeding that second design. Congratulations again to all the folks for their new babies. And for the super chat and for our new member, definitely want to say thank you again for that. You guys are awesome. Always a wonderful audience. Thank you for the folks who constantly reminded me that my sound was off. And for my awesome auntie who called to tell me your sound's off and your camera's not pointing to the right thing. I appreciate it. Because I was like, wait a minute, she knows I have my live, but she's calling. And then personally was trying to make sure it wasn't bad news. Ooh, so, because I was stressing out as it was over weeding that thing. So, at any rate, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing y'all. Okay, so we will do next week, but the week after we will skip. Okay, so the first Sunday in April, we won't have live. but we will have live next weekend. So we may go ahead and do that embroidery project that I wanted to do this week. All right, so we'll check and see what the rotation looks like, and if it's time for embroidery, then we'll throw an embroidery project in there. Okay. Thank y'all. I definitely enjoy having y'all here. You have a good night. Oh, and for y'all that didn't notice, I cut my hair. For those who paid attention, some people are like, wait a minute, you did something. I cut this stuff. I know it's personal. Sorry, I'm going over a little bit, 10 minutes or so. But y'all, I got so frustrated. I was like, ugh, so I snipped it off of myself. And then I showed a picture to my daughter-in-law. She was like, you want me to come and help you finish trimming it up and evening it up? I said, sure. So she came over tonight with the grandbabies and trimmed it up even more. So it was long overdue, and we'll see what this stuff does now that I've cut it and it's down to my natural hair. So because before it was relaxed, and now I cut all of that out. So this is just me now. We're going all natural. So we'll see how that goes, y'all. But anyway, sorry, that was a personal thing. Thank y'all for joining me, and I hope y'all have an awesome night. Good night. See y'all later. Bye.